Welcome to today's video about 9 early signs of stroke that appear weeks before it happens. Every 40 seconds, someone in the United States has a stroke. But here is what most people do not know. Your brain may have been desperately trying to warn you weeks before it happens. Medical research reveals that up to 43% of stroke patients experienced clear warning signals in the days and weeks leading up to their stroke. Signals that were often brushed off as trivial health complaints. Before we dive into these life-saving warning signs, if you are new to our channel, welcome to your health journey. We are here to equip you with practical knowledge that can genuinely save lives. Do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss our latest health tips. Your journey toward better health and stroke prevention starts right here, and we are glad to walk alongside you. Oh, and feel free to drop the name of your country in the comments section to let us know where you are watching from. We really enjoy connecting with our audience across the globe. Today, we are breaking down 9 key early warning signals that may show up weeks ahead of a stroke. These are not vague, random discomforts. They are well-documented bodily cues telling you blood supply to the brain is starting to become compromised. By the end of this video, you will know how to spot when your body is crying out for help, which may help you avoid a devastating medical crisis. Please note this video is for informational purposes only and cannot replace professional medical advice. All reference studies have been verified, and source links can be found in the video description. All right, let's go through those stroke-related symptoms that can surface weeks in advance. Starting with number 1, sentinel headache. Imagine waking up one morning with a headache completely unlike anything you have ever dealt with. It is not your ordinary tension-type headache, nor is it a standard migraine. This pain feels different, far more intense, and it will not ease up even with your usual go-to remedies. Medical experts have a specific term for this occurrence, the sentinel headache. A landmark study featured in the Journal of Headache and Pain, which looked at 550 adult participants, uncovered a noteworthy finding. Roughly 14.7% of stroke sufferers developed this distinct kind of headache within the 7 days prior to their stroke episode. What sets these headaches apart is their unique presentation. Unlike regular migraines that follow predictable on and off patterns, sentinel headaches tend to linger and carry unusual levels of severity. They frequently strike out of nowhere and may steadily grow worse right up until the actual stroke takes place. The medical community views these headaches as an early distress call from your brain, indicating that blood flow patterns are already being disrupted. If you develop an intense headache that feels totally unfamiliar, especially if it persists over multiple days, treat it as an urgent reason to seek medical care. Do not write it off as stress or simple tiredness. Your brain could be sending you a critical, life-saving alert. Next up is sign 2, transient ischemic attack, or mini-stroke. This is where things become especially serious. You might suddenly notice one side of your face drooping, weakness in an arm, or slurred speech, and then all those odd symptoms vanish within minutes or a few hours. You may tell yourself, it went away on its own, so everything must be fine. But there is a sobering reality backed by medical research. These episodes, known as transient ischemic attacks, or TIAs, act like a dry run for a full-blown stroke. The statistics are eye-opening. Research published by the American Heart Association found that close to 43% of people who endured an ischemic stroke had a TIA in the week before their major stroke event. Think of a TIA as your brain's final wake-up call. During these short episodes, blood flow to a section of the brain gets temporarily blocked, creating stroke-like symptoms that fade once the blockage clears. What makes TIAs so dangerous is that they are not isolated minor glitches. They are strong predictors of an upcoming stroke, and medical providers count them among the most meaningful pre-stroke red flags. Because the symptoms fade quickly, many people ignore TIAs and assume the danger has passed. Still, research repeatedly confirms these episodes are warning rehearsals for a major stroke. If you ever encounter sudden weakness, numbness, vision trouble, or speech trouble that disappears quickly, treat it as a genuine medical emergency. Your brain is giving you a preview of what may unfold, and your window for prevention could be closing fast. Next, sign 3, dizziness or balance disturbances. Have you ever felt like the room is spinning or suddenly become unsteady on your feet for no obvious cause? While occasional lightheadedness may seem harmless, ongoing or repeated balance troubles can be your brain sending out warning signals weeks before a stroke strikes. Medical studies supported by the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute list dizziness and balance issues as notable pre-stroke symptoms that can emerge days or weeks prior to a stroke. These problems develop when the brain regions responsible for balance and spatial awareness receive reduced blood flow or experience other vascular shifts. These warning signs are tricky because they tend to be subtle. Lots of people blame persistent dizziness on inner ear troubles, medication side effects, or just getting older. That said, when dizziness pairs with other neurological symptoms or keeps happening without a clear explanation, it can mean your brain's blood supply is under threat. The brain's balance control areas are extremely sensitive to shifts in blood circulation, making them early warning markers for vascular complications. Studies show these discomforts can show up anywhere from several hours to multiple weeks before a stroke happens, giving you a valuable chance to get medical help. Pay extra attention if dizziness comes together with headaches, vision shifts, or bodily weakness, since this combination greatly raises the odds of underlying vascular issues. Moving on to sign 4, visual disruptions. Your eyes reveal far more than just what you can see. They offer clues about your brain's overall condition. Sudden changes to your sight, whether blurred vision, double vision, or partial sight loss, can be early hints that a stroke may be on the way. The brain's visual processing centers rely on steady, healthy blood flow to operate normally, so they act as sensitive early warning indicators for vascular trouble. Medical journal studies note that vision complications frequently show up as pre-stroke symptoms in the days and weeks leading to a stroke. These visual problems can show themselves in many different forms. You may find printed text growing blurry while reading, struggle judging distances while driving, or deal with intermittent double vision. Some individuals report seeing flashing lights or developing blind spots within their field of vision. These symptoms often come and go, leading many to blame eye strain or exhaustion. Still, when the brain's visual centers do not get enough blood supply, these changes serve as important early alerts. The occipital lobe, which handles visual input, gets blood from specific arteries that can become damaged long before a stroke actually occurs. If you keep dealing with recurring vision changes, particularly alongside headaches, dizziness, or other neurological complaints, you must get prompt medical assessment. Those shifts in your eyesight might be your brain urging you to take action before it is too late. Next, sign 5, speech-related difficulties. Communication is central to human interaction, so when your speech suddenly becomes slurred, jumbled, or hard to follow, your brain is waving a major red flag. Speech and language processing demand precise coordination across multiple brain areas, making speech-related struggles powerful early markers of brewing neurological trouble. Peer-reviewed neurology research consistently identifies speech disorders, such as dysarthria, as meaningful pre-stroke symptoms that can appear days or weeks ahead of a stroke. These speech problems may start out fairly subtle. You might notice your words occasionally come out slurred even when you are not worn out or stressed. Your family may mention you are talking slower than normal, or you may frequently struggle to find the right words mid-conversation. Some people find it hard to follow what others are saying, as if everyone is speaking a foreign language, even though their hearing works fine. These issues arise when the brain's language processing regions, mostly located in the left hemisphere, do not receive stable blood flow. As circulation worsens in the time leading up to a stroke, these brain sections start to malfunction off and on. Broca's and Wernicke's areas, which manage speech production and comprehension, are especially vulnerable to vascular damage. What makes speech changes such valuable warning signs is their direct link to brain health. Unlike headaches or dizziness, which can stem from many different sources, speech troubles almost always point toward neurological involvement. If you spot shifts in how you speak, how well you find words, or how well you understand others, especially when these symptoms come and go, treat them as urgent signals requiring immediate medical care. Next, sign 6, one-sided weakness or numbness. Think about reaching for your morning mug of coffee and realizing your arm feels feeble and unsteady, or waking up and discovering one side of your face feels strange and numb. Unilateral weakness or numbness, affecting only one half of your body, counts among the most meaningful early warning signs of a potential stroke. Clinical observations show hemiparesis, or one-sided bodily weakness, often appears as a pre-stroke symptom in the weeks before a stroke event. This happens when the brain's motor and sensory regions receive insufficient blood flow, causing them to work poorly before they fully fail during a stroke. Symptoms may start off very mild. You may notice your grip is weaker on one side, or one leg feels heavier when climbing stairs. Some people get intermittent tingling or numbness, known as paresthesia, in one side of the face, arm, or leg. These odd sensations can come and go, so people often blame sleeping awkwardly or minor forgotten injuries. Still, the fact that these discomforts consistently show up on the same side of your body is what makes them concerning. One-sided numbness or weakness signals that certain brain regions are not getting adequate blood. The motor cortex and sensory cortex, responsible for movement and touch perception, are highly susceptible to vascular impairment. This warning sign is especially critical because it tends to get progressively worse. Weakness or numbness that begins subtly and slowly intensifies over days or weeks suggests blood flow complications are getting more severe and could lead to a full-on stroke. Next, sign 7, persistent tiredness and exhaustion. Our modern society has grown accustomed to constant tiredness. But what if that overwhelming exhaustion you feel is not just from your busy daily schedule? Medical research lists unexplained ongoing fatigue as a notable pre-stroke symptom that can surface weeks before a stroke occurs. This is not ordinary tiredness after a long workday or a poor night's rest. It is deep, all-encompassing exhaustion that fails to improve with rest and has no obvious cause. The human brain consumes roughly 20% of your total bodily energy, so it is extremely responsive to drops in blood flow and oxygen delivery. When vascular health starts to decline in the weeks before a stroke, one of the earliest symptoms many people experience is this overwhelming sense of fatigue. Your brain essentially shifts into an energy-saving mode, creating that heavy, tired feeling that cannot be explained by your activity levels or sleep quality. This form of exhaustion often pairs with poor focus, low motivation, and the feeling that simple daily tasks demand far more energy than usual. Many stroke survivors share that they felt abnormally run down in the weeks leading to their stroke, and they wrote it off as stress, aging, or seasonal shifts. Pre-stroke fatigue has distinct traits that separate it from everyday tiredness. It tends to stay consistent rather than fluctuate, barely gets better with rest, and slowly grows worse over time. It may also come with mild confusion, word-finding struggles, or mental fogginess. Experts believe this fatigue develops because your brain must work overtime to keep functioning despite limited blood flow, draining its internal reserves. If you are dealing with constant, unexplained exhaustion that interferes with daily life and does not get better with proper rest, particularly alongside other symptoms from this list, your brain may be telling you to seek urgent medical help. Next, sign 8, sudden sensory neural hearing loss. The link between abrupt hearing loss and stroke may surprise you, yet medical studies have uncovered a meaningful, life-relevant connection. Sudden sensory neural hearing loss, or SSNHL, especially when paired with vertigo or dizziness, or occurring in people who already carry cardiovascular risk factors, is recognized as a possible early warning for an upcoming ischemic stroke, particularly within the brain's posterior circulation. Studies available on PubMed Central document this important relationship, noting that SSNHL can manifest weeks before a stroke takes place. This hearing loss is nothing like the gradual hearing decline that comes with getting older or repeated loud noise exposure. SSNHL usually impacts a single ear and develops very quickly, often noticed upon waking or building over several hours to days. The risk grows even higher when this hearing loss appears alongside severe dizziness, balance trouble, or in patients already dealing with high blood pressure, diabetes, or arterial narrowing. The inner ear and the brain areas handling hearing and balance share common blood supply routes from the posterior circulatory system. When these arteries start developing issues that could trigger a stroke, the delicate inner ear structures often show warning signs first. Research shows sudden hearing loss combined with vertigo or other neurological symptoms greatly raises stroke risk, specifically within the vertebro-basilar system supplying the brainstem and cerebellum. SSNHL stands out as a useful warning sign because of its specific presentation. While hearing loss can stem from many sources, a sudden onset paired with neurological symptoms or cardiovascular risk factors creates a pattern medical providers associate with potential stroke risk. If you develop sudden hearing loss, especially together with dizziness, balance problems, or other symptoms mentioned in this video, seek immediate medical evaluation to rule out developing vascular complications. Next, sign 9, atypical neurological symptoms. Our final group of early warning signs covers a variety of unusual neurological complaints that may seem unrelated, yet together paint a picture of elevated stroke risk. These atypical markers include sudden confusion, trouble understanding speech, seizure episodes, unexplained bouts of nausea and vomiting, and brief moments of lost consciousness. Research published by the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute and other peer-reviewed medical journals document these varied issues as potential pre-stroke indicators that can show up hours to weeks in advance of a stroke. These symptoms are tricky to spot because they vary widely and often remain subtle, leading people to dismiss them as random minor ailments or stress responses. Confusion or difficulty following conversations may get blamed on tiredness or aging, while sudden nausea could be attributed to something you ate. Still, when multiple such symptoms appear together, especially in people with cardiovascular risk factors, they may represent your brain's varied ways of signaling poor blood flow. Confusion and impaired thinking happen when brain regions responsible for decision-making and language receive insufficient blood supply. Seizures can occur when vascular changes disrupt normal brain electrical activity, and nausea or vomiting may stem from disruption to relevant brain control centers. Brief fainting or near-fainting spells can signal temporary drops in blood flow to vital brain tissue. Tingling paresthesia across different body parts may arise as sensory pathways get inconsistent blood flow. No single one of these symptoms automatically points to stroke risk, but experiencing multiple unusual neurological events over several days or weeks should raise serious concern. Pay attention whenever your body behaves noticeably differently from your normal baseline, and get checked by a medical professional to assess your vascular status and stroke risk. Qualified clinicians can spot these subtle patterns and run appropriate testing. The 9 early warning signs we just covered showcase how your body can alert you to danger before a major medical disaster strikes. From one-of-a-kind sentinel headaches to subtle speech shifts, unexplained exhaustion, and sudden hearing loss, every one of these symptoms creates a window for medical intervention and prevention. Remember, many strokes are preventable if caught early. Recognizing these pre-stroke signals can decide whether you make a full recovery or live with permanent disability. Study data is clear. Close to half of all stroke patients experience warning symptoms days or weeks before their actual stroke. That means countless strokes could be avoided each year if people simply learned these warning signs and acted when their bodies sent out distress signals. Do not allow yourself or loved ones to become another grim statistic. Pass this information on to everyone you care about, because knowledge can separate tragedy from a positive outcome. If you spot any of these warning signs in yourself or someone else, do not wait around. Seek urgent medical care right away. Emergency response teams and specialized stroke centers have effective treatments, but those treatments only work when you act fast. Keep in mind the well-known acronym FAST: face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty, time to call emergency services. Now you also understand the more subtle early symptoms that appear weeks beforehand, giving you extra opportunities to stop disaster before it happens. Your brain works non-stop to keep you alive and well, sending out signals the moment something goes wrong. Today, you have learned how to pick up on those signals and understand what they mean. You now hold information that may save lives, including your own. If this video helped expand your understanding of stroke warning signs, please type "helpful" in the comment section below. Your feedback encourages us to keep producing genuinely life-saving content. Hit the like button if you found this material valuable. Share this video with friends and family, because this important information deserves to reach as many people as possible. And remember to subscribe for more practical health guidance. Thank you for taking the time to learn these critical early warning lessons. Your brain, and the brains of your loved ones, will benefit from you staying informed and prepared. Stay healthy, stay alert, and always remember, when it comes to stroke, every single moment and every warning sign matters.